Hello, this is Jam Master Daniel 96, and in today's video, I'll be giving you some fun facts about Star Wars TV shows, and this comes from the art book of The Mandalorian, and there's a section called The Mandalorian, and this gives some really interesting facts about Star Wars TV shows and their development, so let's begin. Almost 3 years prior to his fateful meeting with Jon Favreau at Skywalker Ranch, Avatar: The Last Airbender director Dave Filoni was hired by Star Wars creator George Lucas, Lucasfilm Animation Vice President and General Manager Gail Curry, and executive producer Catherine Winder to serve as supervising director for the animated television series that would evolve into Star Wars The Clone Wars. I didn't expect to get the job because George had worked with so many amazing artists over the years like Ralph McQuarrie, Joe Johnston, Dennis Muren, and Phil Tippett. Filoni remembered, "It was really bizarre. Suddenly, I was in charge of bringing this thing to life. In fact, Filoni's first week on the job, brainstorming story ideas with writer Henry Gilroy, coincided with the May 2005 theatrical release of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Lucas's final Star Wars film as writer and director. Both the Clone Wars animated series and the very first live-action Star Wars television series were announced by Lucas in late April 2005 at the perennial Lucasfilm-sponsored fan convention, Star Wars Celebration in Indianapolis, Indiana. These projects marked a turn toward television as Star Wars' primary storytelling medium. Design work on the then unnamed live-action TV series set in Coruscant's criminal underworld with bounty hunters appearing in secondary roles began in earnest with the hiring of concept artists Jonathan Batch and David Hobbins to JAK Films, Lucas's production company named for his children Jet, Amanda, and Katie. In late November 2006, Batch and Hobbins were later joined in Skywalker Ranch's main house by concept artists Fabin Lacey and Kinman Chan, design supervisor Eric Teddams, and art department coordinator Phil Sostak, with Ryan Church contributing concept art remotely. Over a decade later, Hobbins, Lacey, Timmons, Church, and Sostak would reunite to work on another live-action Star Wars television series, The Mandalorian. Given the two shows' concurrent development, story seeds, and designs from the live-action series including Level 1313, Coruscant's Underworld, Militant Rebel Saw Gerrera, later added into 2016's Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, Droid Bounty Hunter, C-21 Highsinger, and the Alien Pike Syndicate, also seen in 2018's Solo: A Star Wars Story, were planted in the Clone Wars, intended to pay off later. The first few episodes of the animated series were combined and reconstructed into an animated feature film, also titled Star Wars: The Clone Wars, released on August 15th, 2008. The Clone Wars series itself, which under Lucas and Filoni's supervision greatly expanded the lore of the Mandalorian people and continued Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones story of a young Boba Fett, debuted 2 months later on the Cartoon Network, running for 6 multiple Emmy award-winning seasons. By mid-2010, sorry about that, with 50 scripts drafted by a writer's room led by Lucas and thousands of pieces of concept art generated, the live-action series was put on hold due to the budgetary concerns, and production of The Clone Wars wound down in late 2012 as Lucasfilm pivoted toward an original trilogy-focused Star Wars storytelling initiative under the Walt Disney Company and new President Kathleen Kennedy, spearheaded by a sequel to 1983's Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So that's the first section. And now moving on to the next part. In an effort to retain the core of his seasoned Lucasfilm animation team, Filoni brainstormed ideas for a new animated series. The current idea of Star Wars Rebels started with my friend Carrie Beck, who works with the story team at Lucasfilm, Filoni said in 2014. One of the ideas that Carrie had was for this A-team group that went around righting the wrongs. I told her it was really similar to an early idea that I had for Clone Wars, in which a Jedi Master and his Padawan, Ashla, who would inspire the Clone Wars' beloved Ahsoka Tano, join the crew of a Millennium Falcon-style smuggling ship for adventures across the galaxy after a period of development during which Beck and Filoni were joined by writer/director Simon Kinberg, which his other projects, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Sherlock Holmes, X-Men, Days of Future Past. Star Wars Rebels went into full production in early 2013. Over time, ideas from Lucas's live-action series, such as the formation of the Nascent Rebellion, would be folded into Rebels. Prior to this shift into the sequel trilogy, Kennedy met with Filoni and others in the company to ask how he envisioned his future with Lucasfilm. And he says this, "Well, I want to continue in animation, but I am really interested in live action," Filoni answered. She said, "Okay, live action is a very different medium, but let's set you up to see if you'd really like it, and I want to take it slow. I respect the medium and the people so much that I didn't want to just jump into it and be in over my head. So Kathy orchestrated sending me to set, Pinewood Studios, where the modern Star Wars films were shot, and is therefore instrumental in all of this for me. I can't say enough supportive and good things about her." So that's the bit from the Art of the Mandalorian book. And I thought it was pretty interesting on all that stuff they revealed, like the production of the Clone Wars and some glimpses of the Star Wars Underworld series I found pretty interesting. And, the creation of Rebels as well, I thought was pretty interesting, and how Filoni wanted to, take it to the next level to go into live action. So, I found that pretty interesting. And that's pretty much all I got to say in this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, and tell your friends to subscribe. Bye.